Hello, this is CityScape, a regular vodcast featuring people, places, and ideas that impact Livonia. I'm Dan West with the Livonia Chamber of Commerce. Today we meet an entrepreneur who turned this small Livonia restaurant into a popular destination locally and launched a franchising effort that strives to bring hundreds more locations across the country in the years to come. Sam Berry bought a former Coney Island restaurant on 6 Mile Middlebelt in 2011 and created Lefty's famous Cheesesteaks, focused on a tasty variety of steak sandwiches along with coney dogs, chicken, and burgers. The Dearborn native grew up in his father's big boy restaurants in Ann Arbor. In his early 20s, he pursued his own business venture by running 2 Little Caesars pizza stores in Connecticut. Just before he moved to the East Coast, he was diagnosed with cancer. He started treatment here and continued treatment while working to grow his new business venture in Connecticut. After the left-handed Berry purchased the Livonia Eatery 11 years ago, he operated in 2 states before selling his Little Caesars operations and moving back home to Michigan. In 2017, he started franchising Lefty's famous cheesesteaks and is up to 48 stores in 5 states, including 2 inside Ford Field and 1 owned by Lions legend Barry Sanders near Ford Field. He plans to double the number of franchise locations in the next few years. We are joined today by Sam Berry, the founder and owner of Lefty's famous cheesesteaks. Sam, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
What inspired you to start a business focused on cheesesteaks?
Well, I've always been a visionary, and I've always been in the restaurant industry all of my life. I grew up in it. It's in my DNA, I guess. I guess I just studied trends and seen what I can do that's creative and something unique and something that somebody isn't doing. And I've always loved cheesesteaks. And I did something that nobody else was doing. I opened up a cheesesteak brand. I never had intentions on franchising. I've been in the franchise world all of my life, and I know how franchises are, and I know how they can grow stale, and I know how people that try to franchise from you, it could get very diluted, and I wasn't a big fan of it, at first, but then I just started thinking, everybody should share this wonderful concept that I've created, and it's truly been a big undertaking, and it's truly been a blessing, and I'm truly thankful for this great city that put us in the position that we are in today.
You talked about being creative. Describe some of the creative and unique things you do with your cheesesteaks and the other things on your menu.
Lefties are known to be creative and unique and different. But I just wanted to be and stand behind the Lefty's way by introducing something that is wild, but yet tasteful and creative. And some of the things that we've done that with is, for instance, our famous Southpaw sandwich, Southpaw Hoagie, where it's our famous cheesesteak, caramelized onions, cheese sauce, and then hot Cheetos on it. Another one we have is the Italian Stallion. Everyone knows that growing up, Rocky Balboa, and in real life, Sylvester Stallone is left-handed, and he was left-handed in the character as a boxer. So we came out with an Italian Stallion and an Italian-themed hoagie where it has Italian pizza sauce, pepperoni, mozzarella cheese, and our famous steak and onions.
You got into the franchising in 2017. Talk about how you got started and what are your future plans for growth?
So how I got started was I didn't franchise after our first store. What I did was I tested a few stores outside of Livonia myself. So I opened about 3 stores myself, and when I saw that it was taking off and doing very well, like the Livonia store, with the same great taste, consistency, because everyone knows, in a franchise, you have to be consistent. And in order to replicate the wonderful job we did in this city, you have to do the exact same thing and fixing all the kinks and make it efficient in another store. And that's exactly what we did in Ypsilanti and 8 Mile location, 8 Mile of Woodward. And then when I saw those 3 stores really working, I said, okay, we got something good on our hands.
The key thing to franchising is you talk about the consistency, building the brand,
Sure.
the taste, the look, all that stuff.
Yes.
It had been an insane amount of hours you put in
Yeah.
to build that consistency. Walk us through. I'm sure you realized going into it, it was going to take that kind of commitment.
Yes.
And then when you actually went through the grind, talk about how hard that work was.
It's basically sacrificing everything in your personal life, from your family to your children to your wife. It's sacrificing many things that you can't put a price on in life, basically. And I've gone above and beyond the call of duty to make sure and ensure that we do have a great brand and we are taking care of our customers. But one thing I do know is that I love this business, and I do it from my heart. So I'm very passionate about what I do. I will continue to be passionate about what I do, and until the day that we either sell the company or I retire.
What's your goal 5 years from now? How many stores, how many states are you in?
So we are now in 5 states. We just wrapped up our first opening in Tampa, Florida, last week. We're at 48 stores right now. We have, I'd say, about another 135 stores sold right now. So our goal is within 5 years to be at 900 locations. And by achieving that, we have to continue exactly what we're doing today. And I myself am a franchisee in our own brand. I'm continuing to open stores and bring awareness and bring joy to communities all over. It's something that I'll always do. It's something that I have been doing, and it's something that I love, and I'll continue to bring awareness myself.
Well, Sam, I congratulate you on the success you've had so far. It's great that you started it here in Livonia, in this very location right here, and we wish you all the best going forward. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Dan. It's a pleasure. Like I said, I'm here to give back to this wonderful community, and I will always represent the city of Livonia everywhere I go, all around, nationally and internationally. So
awesome.
It's awesome.
We thank everyone for watching this edition of CityScape. We're glad you found the time, and we'll see you again next time.